Hey everybody, welcome to a batch of the Biscuit Blitz. Now, if you have been paying attention to Charlotte Instagram, the Instaverse we'll call it, in the last couple of weeks, you will see a new account, CLTBlackOwned, that has started up in response to everything that's going on, and it's beautiful, the amount of love and passion and interaction that's going on this channel, and it's my pleasure today to meet the folks that started it. And so, I'm going to let y'all introduce yourselves. I want to know your name. And two people, I want to know your relationship. So we're very clear. And then talk a little bit about how long you've been in Charlotte. And then we'll dive into why you did it and where you hope to go and how folks can dive in and help you out. So.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Jeff, we'll start with you.
Okay. So I'm Jeff, born and raised in Charlotte, 27 years old, and graduate of West Charlotte High School.
All right, now and Jeff, what do you do for a living?
So I was working with a certain rental car agency, and due to the everything that's going on with COVID, unfortunately I was let go. So it's giving me a lot of free time, and ultimately, what's happened in the last 2 weeks with us with the Instagram page is, I've been nothing but have open time. So
all right, well, I don't think you have much time. You're sitting around twiddling your thumb. All right, Ashley, how about you?
I'm Ashley. I'm also a Charlotte native. I graduated from Mallard Creek High School and went to North Carolina A&T for my bachelor's. Currently, I'm a social worker in one of our major hospitals, and I serve some of our pediatric dialysis patients.
Wow. That is tough work.
Yeah, it's rewarding, but as you continue to see us through this journey, I think you'll see our social work sides through it. So it's definitely in this movement.
That's great. And Madeline, how about you?
So I commonly go by Maddy. I have been in Charlotte since I was 7 years old, so I consider myself a Charlotte native. Jeff and I are actually married. We met in high school. We're both graduates of West Charlotte. And I'm also a social worker, and I work at an elementary school. So I'm a school social worker.
Well, now, so how do you three know each other? How did you come to work together on this project?
Well, Jeff and I we're high school sweethearts.
Right.
And Ashley and I met through a nonprofit organization that we interned with here in Charlotte about 10 years
almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, and we've just been best friends ever since. Yeah. So we're like family. Ashley's been to family reunions with us.
So here's what I'm thinking. I mean, I guess, Well, how long have you and Jeff been married?
A year and a half.
All right. So I imagine the conversation happened very similar to a conversation I had with my wife, which was, Ashley comes with a marriage, and you can either get with it or not, right?
Right.
She's in the picture. I love that. That's beautiful. And by the way, Maddy, I moved here when I was a freshman in high school. So technically I'm not from Charlotte, but I've been here longer than most of the buildings that are freestanding uptown now. So I feel like I'm a Charlottean. So, well, so tell me a little bit about, the initial goals, because I mean, originally you were hoping to just get to 1,000 followers on this Instagram account, and it took off. But what sparked it? What was the conversation where you're like, we need to do this?
We pretty much just talked about some way that we could support the Black community in Charlotte. And we really thought, and even now, we still think it's a very small part of this movement in support of African-American people, justice for African-American people. But we just wanted to do something small and local that we felt like we could see the change in. And so we set 1,000 followers. We thought that was like a super aggressive goal. And we reached 1,000 followers in like less than 2 days, and then it's just been going ever since. But I mean, it's really exciting. We follow up with all the businesses that we post, and to this date, everyone has seen a major increase in sales and business. And so it's like me and Ashley were like crying when we talked to one of the business owners that saw some increase. And so
I think it's beautiful. What I've loved watching about it is, obviously there's lots of ways to react to everything that's going on, right? I mean, you can get angry, you should get angry, right? You can get vocal, you should get vocal. But what you guys have done is so positive and so so many people are saying, what can I do? And you're giving them very easy to follow through steps to say, look, you want to do something, this is one thing you can do. And I've really loved that air of positivity that's come through on your effort. It's been beautiful to watch. What's some of the, so that's my reaction. Like the minute I saw it, I was like, yes, right. And I don't know how, I think it was just a day or two. I was like reaching out to you going, I really want to know what you guys are up to. But what are some of the other reactions that you've gotten from friends, businesses? Are there any stories that have come out of it that really kind of those moments that have filled you with happiness and joy and maybe a few happy tears?
I think in particular, the business that we featured on Wednesday, CLTBlackOwned, their story was very inspirational. Like Jeff was saying, they kind of took this COVID opportunity to start a business. So it's only about 4 weeks old. And when we met with them on Wednesday, very nice couple, just starting something that kind of started from a family recipe. And I think their followers may have been 160, and we check every day, check in with them, and I think they're almost at 700 now.
Yeah,
and they said day of post, they had to shut down their site.
And stop taking orders.
Yeah, so now they're doing pre-orders, but that was really fulfilling for us because we really are in this to serve others and support and highlight their business so it can increase their sales.
Right.
So that was awesome to see.
Yeah, and we never wanted people to even know who we were.
Yeah.
So we just thought we would be like this anonymous page, but people started to reach out to us, and rightfully, I mean, we understand the climate of the country we live in. People wanted to know, are you guys actually Black? Like, so we kind of had to reveal ourselves, which kind of gave us anxiety because we're regular people doing regular things. We're not activists, but so that's been interesting too, to see the reaction of people that we know that had supported the page, and they were like, "Oh, this is y'all, like our close friends."
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, that's been interesting too.
I think it's that's beautiful, but also sad that we live in that kind of a climate where you have to really do your due diligence, but at the same time, that's important, right? I mean, we are in a world where you need to check in on things and say, I want to do something, but am I doing it right with the right folks? And so. I think it shows you though how quickly it took off, that you hit on a nerve, you hit something that needed to happen, right? Jeff, you look like you wanted to say something about that.
I was just gonna say it was just kind of like perfect timing, and just as they both stated, the reception for everything is just from friends, families, it's been positive. So,
So here's a scary question, but what's next, right? Because so many people build their foundation and then they fight to get an audience. You've got an audience, right? And now you're running to catch up with the demand. So where are you hoping to take this? And here's a more important thing. We obviously are, well, not more important, but here's something we could do. We are in touch with the creative community. So if there are aspects that you need to move forward, state it. Let us know. Let's throw the gauntlet down and see if some creatives can jump in and help you out as you need.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that everybody has been very supportive. We've had so many people reach out saying that they want to help or give back in some way to what we're doing. Right now, our goal is to continue to highlight a business a day. On Sundays, we have a Sunday swipe. So if there's a certain service, we can get as many people out as we can in that swipe. Long term, we're of course going to build our website. We've had over 1,000 businesses tagged. So right now our major priority is trying to organize those. We want to map it out to different areas of Charlotte so we can have something that people can access and just refer to quickly. And we definitely have some exciting things we talk about and plan about events that we want to do in the future. So this isn't just the in the moment thing. We're in it for the long run.
So, and that you hit perfectly. Wow, what a great segue. Like you hit perfectly in my last question, because right now we're talking about the differences between movements and moments, right? And how do we and I mean all of Charlotte, right? How do the people that are excited about what you're doing right now stay excited, right? How do we keep it that patronizing Black-owned businesses is not something that we do to feel like I did something, right? And that it becomes a matter of course, not something that we're doing in response. It's just part of a learned behavior. How do you guys see that playing out for people across the city?
So we've been talking lately about, so we're trying to plan out our calendar over the next year. And people want to know what's happening. And so right now, everybody's excited about how can I support? So we want to put out as much information about the things we're headed toward so that people can continue to be engaged and know what's coming and know what they can be a part of. But I think it's important for us to just keep pushing that this is not a moment, it's not about us or even about Charlotte, but it's about changing the conversation so that Black businesses and Black people in our city have equity and the support of Black and non-Black people. So some things that we're doing will obviously support Black businesses, but we want to loop in some white-owned business owners, some non-Black business owners, so that that conversation can be inclusive and it can continue to change the city itself and not just like, oh, I went to Charlotte Rowley today.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter,
Right. I mean, I think that's important. And to a certain degree, I think that you guys have a similar trajectory to what we have at Charlotte as Creative, where we talk all the time saying someday, and I don't know when that day is because we set out to just change the narrative about creativity in Charlotte and say, this is not a boring city. This is a place with incredible creativity and innovation. And our goal someday is when that is just regularly accepted,
right?
Charlotte as Creative will not need to exist anymore. And maybe people won't even remember that we ever existed because that's just how it is. And I feel like you guys are on a similar path.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And I think in one of our earlier posts, because of the overwhelming following and feedback that we got from not just people of color, but non-people of color, we also wanted to make a statement that this is not a page that we want you to come to kind of feed into that white guilt that you may be feeling during this time. This is something that needs to be changed within Charlotte and within our community to continue to support. And even like Maddy was saying, when we do have these events, we want to not only partner with people of non-color, but people of non-color can come support these events and continue to do it and have those uncomfortable conversations with your family and friends and say, hey, instead of using this event planner, I want to do this one, so we continue to support them.
And to kind of piggyback off what they both have said, just to see, even we've had people from neighboring cities and states reach out, and they wanted to create their own pages to highlight, those cities. So
they've asked us to do it, which was weird.
Yeah, but just the positive effect that it's having, like we said, it doesn't have to just be Charlotte. It can be, worldwide. So
that's wonderful. Well, do you guys have do you all share all the responsibilities, or do you have definite roles within this?
Right now, there's so much. We probably get at least 100 DMs a day. So we all are answering. At any moment, you could be talking to any one of us. Yes. So, I mean, the plan is to get some definite roles. But right now, I mean, just because we know each other so well, we tag team it all.
Well, I just love what you guys are doing. I think, personally, it's not just supporting the Black community, but supporting Black businesses and making sure that, and supporting Black entrepreneurs. Is so critical to to creating opportunity, to creating generational wealth, and making sure that we're really supporting people long term. It is not to feel good today; it's to make sure that they and the future generations are set. And also to know that if you start a Black-owned business in Charlotte, it has every chance of success. I just think what you guys are doing is beautiful, and we're here to help you in any way that we can moving forward.
Awesome. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, and we have some events that we're planning in the next, post-COVID-esque events, but we would love to collaborate with you guys on whatever you're willing to be a part of.
Absolutely. Let's plug into the creative community. Anything you guys want, just send it our way.
Oh, awesome.
We will.
All right. Thanks, y'all. This is the first of many conversations, I hope.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much.
Take care.